My name's Ben, and this is going to be one of the longer videos we've done because this is by far the best 992 GTS you will see. This is a 2021 on a 71 registration Carrera 4 GTS 992 version, as I've just said, and it's got a cost options list of over £43,000, bringing the total list price of the car to just over £181,000, and it is by far and away, probably by over £20,000, the highest option list we've ever seen on a Carrera GTS. The car's finished in Aventurine green with the two-tone slate grey and crayon interior, and it's just immaculate. The front end is protected by paint protection film. It's a one-owner example from new. It's been over-serviced by Porsche main dealers, so it's been serviced annually by Porsche main dealers rather than biannually, as Porsche suggest, and they just do not get better. We'll start at the front, walk around, and I will do my best to point out as much of the options list as I can to you. So starting at the very front, in the center, you'll notice the radar. So this car has Porsche InnoDrive adaptive cruise control with adaptive lane keep assist as well. And it's also got just above that radar, the camera for the 360 surround camera system fitted on the car. Coming across to the headlights, we've got the tinted LED headlights with the matrix beam, so the Porsche Dynamic Light System Plus and that Excite matrix beam, and it's all painted in black, which is part of that tinted headlight section. Round the sides, we've got the GTS wheels in the satin black with the centre locks and the full colour crest in the centre locks. And then again, another massive cost option. We've got the yellow calipers, which signals the Porsche carbon ceramic brake system fitted to the car. Another feature whilst we're at the front here, which you can't see, we might be able to show you towards the end of the video, but the car's got front axle lift system, and it's also got Porsche dynamic chassis control, so PDCC, so two options that are hidden behind there that you can't currently see, but they are there, and they are big, very expensive cost options. On the door mirrors, we've got the body-coloured lower sections to the door mirrors, again a cost option. We've also got the body-coloured sports design side skirts, again a cost option. The GTS logo, and you may or may not be able to see, but the paint protection film on this car actually has a strip across the bottom of the door here, so the bottom couple of inches of the door are also protected over and above the lower sill, and that also comes up to sort of 2/3 of the way up this rear quarter section here, so very nice touch to have that protection there. If I open the door and you have a look at the door mirrors, you'll see the 3 squares in the left-hand corner of the glass. That's for the blind spot monitoring that the car's fitted with. And then come and have a look at the incredible interior. We've got illuminated carbon fibre door entry sills, and then that two-tone crayon and slate grey across the top of the dashboard interior, extended leather across the top of the dashboard, and the contrast crayon stitching. In my opinion, it's one of the nicest colour combinations I've seen on a Carrera GTS, and there is lots and lots to talk about on the interior. Probably the biggest and most important option on the interior, which the keen Porsche viewers will have noticed already, is the 930 leather package. So it gives you those sort of stripes on the door cards and on the top sections of the seats. It's really, really important. Carbon fibre interior zone as well. Porsche crests embossed in the headrests of the seats, and they are the 18-way electrically adjustable adaptive seats. Also the Burmester sound system, which we'll talk more about as we get around the driver's side of the car. Whilst we're looking at the back axle, we've also got rear axle steering on the car, so it will at low speeds turn in the opposite direction to the front wheels to give you a better turning circle, and at higher speeds turn in the same direction as the front wheels for extra stability at high speed. Again, another beautiful cost option is the slats on the engine compartment cover here are painted in body colour. We've got the clear pause light, brake light on the top here. Clear rear light as well, all the way across the back. The black lettering, and then the sports exhaust system with this sort of titanium exhaust section, gloss black on the outside, or sorry, satin black on the outside, and that sort of metal trim around the inside of the exhaust there as well. Reverse camera just above the rear number plate. And then we'll come around the driver's side. Before we jump inside, on the fuel filler cap, again, another lovely cost option is the aluminium fuel filler cap, the Porsche exclusive manufacturer fuel filler cap, which is a very nice touch. And then we'll jump on the interior, and what you're looking at now, if I pull the seat forwards to give you a better view, we've got the leather seat backrests which is an option on its own. And then over and above that, we've got the inlays in the carbon, the decorative carbon inlays on the backs of the seats. Again, an option I don't think I've seen on a Gen 1 992 GTS before. A very, very nice touch. And now we'll jump inside and talk through the extensive list of features on the interior. So starting on the driver's door card, as we touched on before, we've got that 930 leather package. So you've got this stitching across going diagonal across this center section of the door cards. That's also on the seats as well, and across the bottom of the door card section here, which is a really nice touch. That slate gray contrast leather at the top with the crayon stitching, the carbon fiber trims on the door cards, memory settings for the driver's side for those 18-way adaptive sports seats. And then probably the biggest cost option on the interior, other than the package, the leather package, is the Burmester high-end surround sound system. So you get these beautiful metal speaker grills in the doors, and also tweeters on the tops of the dashboard as well. We've got power folding door mirrors over there. I'll turn the car on and we'll talk through some of the features in front of us. So firing the car into life, all of my seat adjustment is down here, and we can adjust the side bolsters of the seat, the lower bolsters and the leg section at the front here because of those 18-way adaptive sports seats. The steering wheel itself is also very special because it is a matte carbon steering wheel, which again is a big cost option. It's also heated, so if I clear these messages and press the button behind the steering wheel, you'll see steering wheel heating switched on the right-hand side there. And then just to talk through some of the features on the steering wheel itself, we've got the gear shift paddles behind the steering wheel. On the right-hand side, we've got our mode switch for the Sports Chrono Package Plus, and there's also something to talk about shortly, which you'll see on the Sports Chrono, but you'll see I can put it into Sport, Sport Plus, Individual, or a wet mode using this drive switch on the steering wheel. We can also change what we see on our display on the right-hand side here using the wheel on the right-hand side of the steering wheel, and you can have a map on there as well, which is probably most people's favorite feature. But there's lots of customization on what you can do with that screen. Down behind the steering wheel on the left-hand side, we've got the adaptive cruise control stalk. So we can turn all of our InnoDrive settings on using this stalk, and you can see we've got the distance adjustment in the center, giving away that it is the adaptive cruise control. And the matrix headlights are turned on by pushing that away, and you'll see the automatic high beam light has come on the screen there. Coming up to the center of the dash, two very nice options to talk about here. One is the Porsche designed sub-second clock for that chrono, so it's a unique face on that chrono clock. And the second is the extended leather with the contrast stitching around that clock. Again, the only 992 GTS I have seen with that option so far. Coming down to the main screen itself, in terms of condition of the car, you can see this screen's actually still got its original protective sort of wrapper on the screen, where that's never been taken off, such as the care the previous owner has taken. We've got the updated Generation 1 992 software in the car, so you've got the full screen wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is very nice and easy to access through the screen, and you can go straight back to the Porsche system at the press of a button. If I come into the car settings, we've got lots of the options in here. So our PDCC we can adjust to sport, and if I press that, you'll see the button just beneath the screen here illuminates to tell us that PDCC is on. You can just switch it off again using the button itself down there. Obviously the sports exhaust system we've touched on before. Lots of assistance systems, so there's the lane keep assist we've mentioned, the active lane keeping, the lane change assist, park assist, so on so forth. And in the comfort section we've got the light design pack, so ambient lighting with lots of different color options for you to choose from, which illuminates around the car, obviously much more visible at night time than it is in the daytime. If I pop the car into reverse, you'll see we've got on the left-hand side our reversing camera, and on the right-hand side our bird's eye view of that surround view system fitted to the car. And then coming down just beneath, we've got some very important buttons here. So as we've already mentioned, our PDCC button. Over to the left-hand side, our sports exhaust button at quick access. You can just press that button, and you may or may not be able to hear in the background of the video, but the car has just got much deeper in tone. And on the left-hand side, our front axle lift system, which will run the roof at the end of the video, and then just after running the roof, I'll use that axle lift so you can see how much that gains on the height of the car. Coming down the centre, dual zone climate control, and then again, another exceptionally rare option is the aluminium PDK shifter. Porsche call it aluminium. To me, it's more leather. It is covered in leather with the aluminium down either side, but it's so much nicer than the almost cheap plastic ones that they fit as standard on a 992. We've got heated and ventilated front seats. Again, on a convertible, that's very nice because If you're in the UK, you can use the heated seats. If you're on a road trip in Europe, you've got the ventilated seats for the much better weather. You can actually see some of that ambient lighting around the centre here as well in the red, and those carbon fibre interior trim sections. On the centre armrest, we've got the model logo embossed on that centre armrest itself, and it's just an endless list of options. Hopefully I've not missed anything too important. We've got an electronic wind deflector behind me as well, so you can pop that up if you've got the roof down. That will go back down electronically, and then I will run the roof first and then show you that axle lift system as well once the roof has brought itself up. So a black roof on the car. Again, a very quick mechanism. You can have that up in no time at all really, and get yourself out of any trouble with rain. And then I will push the button for the axle lift system so you can see the difference that the car makes when it goes up. So you'll see it'll raise now and it'll gain us a few extra very important centimetres, and I'll drop that back down so you can see what that looks like as it goes down back into its normal height. So really useful feature if you've got a steep driveway or underground car parks or anything like that. It's a critical feature for most Porsche buyers these days. So yeah, hopefully I've not missed too much of those £43,000 worth of cost options, but most importantly, a one-owner car from new, over-serviced by Porsche, being serviced annually by Porsche main dealers, PPF on the front end and across the bottoms of the doors and the rear arches, or rear quarters rather, and just an incredible combination. And absolute value for money now with the saving off of what this car was list. My name's Ben, I hope the video's helped. Thank you very much for watching.